Hey folks, Mobile Geezer here. My wife and I were looking at some of our old phones the other day, and she thought it might be a cool idea for me to go through some of the phones we've had over the years. These are from 2004 right up to the present. First thing you'll notice is that phones kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, right up until about 2011. Then things turned around. So these are the phones that my wife and I have owned since about 2004. I started using mobile phones in the mid-90s, but these are what we still had left. The LG LX325 from August 2004. Power button on the left and I think a camera button. Headphone jack on the right. That keyboard did slide down to give you a little bit more screen, and of course a proprietary power connection. On the back, a 0.3 megapixel shooter. We thought that was okay in those days. Next up, the Motorola Q from 2005. I can't even remember what that bottom button is for, but there was an actual scroll button to help you get up and down the screen. Headphone jack up top. Look at that keyboard. This one had a 1.3 megapixel camera, quite a step up. And it was a Windows mobile platform. Now my wife's Samsung SPH M300 from May 2007. She liked that flip phone, I remember that. Notice the camera is right at the top of the screen. If it was closed, you could hit a side button to take a picture, and when it was open, you could just hit the center button. Once again, proprietary power connection. And your headphone jack. With it open like that, just hit the menu button to take a picture. And though you're back down to a 0.3 megapixel camera. Another of my wife's phones, the Samsung Exclaim from June 2009. We thought that side sliding keyboard was pretty cool. And on hers you could slide it up both ways. Remember what a pleasure it was typing letters with those numeric keyboards? Up on top again, your headphone jack. On the right side, your micro SD card. And your USB connection. Next, the Samsung Reclaim, my phone from August 2009. I think this was just made for Sprint. Look at that tiny little slide-out keyboard. Headphone jack was on the left, and I remember it was always a pain in the butt to get it open. This one had a 2 megapixel shooter, so we're moving up. Same micro SD and USB connections on the right side. I could just about hide this thing in my hand and nobody would know it. Next up, the Samsung Intercept from July 2010. I thought that keyboard had nice big letters and numbers. This time your USB connection is on top. And they've moved the SD card slot to the bottom left. Now we're getting a little more towards modern phones. This is my wife's Samsung Galaxy S4. You can see we were pretty much on 2-year contracts, but she's just gotten rid of this and now she's using a ZTE Axon Pro. And here's my Galaxy Note 3 with the beloved S Pen, which I almost never use for 2 years. I just stopped using this as my secondary phone about a month ago, and now I use the Idol 3 as my secondary everyday phone. And there's my wife's ZTE Axon Pro, which she is currently using. I'll leave a link in the description for all these phones from here going forward. That's my new Mobile X4. Great phone for the price. And there's the new Mobile Z8, their high-end phone. $299, can't beat it. And here's my Idol 3, which I currently use as my secondary phone. And finally, the great love of my life currently, the Nexus 6P. This is my daily driver, which I've been using every day since last October. So that's our walk through history, folks. Hope you enjoyed seeing what changes we've been through. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks.